The world is deeper than we know. Beyond the familiar, behind the veil of guidebooks and headlines, there are places untouched by fame, but forged by the raw hand of nature and time. These are not the wonders everyone knows. These are the unseen wonders of the world. 10 extraordinary landscapes scattered across the globe, each one more dream than destination. Let us begin where the earth feels the most ancient, and the imagination wakes from its sleep. Socotra Island, Yemen. A world adrift, both in geography and time, Socotra rests in the sapphire waters of the Arabian Sea, caught between Africa and Arabia, yet belonging to neither. From the moment your feet touch its sand, the air itself feels different, salted by ocean, perfumed with resin, carrying whispers from an age before memory. The dragon's blood trees, strange and towering, crown the hills like natural chandeliers, their limbs lifted to the sky in frozen bloom. Their red sap, prized by empires long fallen, still bleeds like myth from their gnarled trunks. Beneath them, the limestone caves breathe cool air into the heat, holding secrets in stalactites and stone. Succulents sprout in twisted alien shapes along cliffs that fall into oceans so blue they challenge your senses. On the Diksum Plateau, goats roam freely past rock shelters and ancient petroglyphs. The people here speak Socotri, a language with no alphabet, passed down in poetry and prayer, carried in the wind. They speak of spirits that ride on stars, of places in the hills where the earth sings. No city claims Socotra, no monument defines it, it simply is. Wild, strange, sacred. And to stand within it is to be reminded of how little we've truly seen of our own world. The door to hell, Turkmenistan. Across the vast Karakum Desert, where dunes stretch towards silence and even the air feels scorched and secretive, there burns a hole in the earth. The door to hell, a name not born of myth, but of what the eye cannot deny. In 1971, Soviet engineers, hungry for gas, tapped too deep. The ground collapsed, swallowing their machinery. Fearing the spread of methane, they set the pit alight. What they expected to burn for days has burned for over 50 years. At twilight, the desert grows quiet, and the crater glows like a wound. Flames leap from its blackened walls, casting long shadows across the sand. The heat reaches out in waves. The sound is not the roar of wildfire, but a low, continuous breath, as if the planet itself is exhaling something buried deep. There are no fences here, no guards, no gift shops, only fire, sand, and sky. The stars above look down on the stars below, and for a moment, you feel the weight of eons. This is not a marvel engineered by human ambition. It is a mistake, a scar, a monument to our inability to control what lies beneath. And yet, in its defiance, it burns on, a torch in the darkness. Mount Roraima, Venezuela. In the highlands where Venezuela brushes against Brazil and Guyana, Mount Roraima pierces the clouds. Its summit, a sheer plateau, floats like an island in the mist, a mesa that seems torn from the pages of a forgotten myth. To the Pemon people, it is the house of gods, the stump of a cosmic tree that once held the heavens. Scientists call it a tepui, but names falter when you stand before it. The cliffs rise straight and unyielding. Waterfalls stream endlessly from its heights, caught by wind, dissolving into mist before touching ground. The ascent is not just a climb, it is a transformation. Jungle trails give way to rocky slopes, and with each step the world below falls away. At the top, the landscape becomes otherworldly. Stone formations shaped by centuries of rain resemble creatures, ruins, guardians. Pools of still water reflect skies that seem newly born. Plants that exist nowhere else rise from cracks in the rock, green, strange, tenacious. On Roraima, time folds. The light feels older. The wind speaks in tones deeper than weather. You camp beneath stars as bright as memory, and when morning breaks, it feels like the world is beginning again. Waitomo Glowworm Caves, New Zealand. Far beneath the green fields of the North Island, a river slips through darkness, carving halls of echo and wonder. In Waitomo, the Glowworm Caves reveal a night sky made not of stars, but of life. Boats drift along the underground current, their passengers hushed, eyes raised. Above, thousands of glowworms cling to the ceiling, each one casting a gentle blue light. They shine not from fire, but hunger. They lure their prey with beauty, weaving invisible silk threads that shimmer like rain in moonlight. The silence here is sacred. There are no engines, no voices, only the soft drip of water, the quiet creak of boatwood. The light thickens above and the walls vanish into black. It feels as though you are floating through the cosmos, drawn not by map or compass, but by the rhythm of the earth's breath. Outside, the sun rises. The land hums with birdsong. But below, the eternal night of the caves continues, lit by the delicate hunger of stars that live, glow, and fade in silence. Salar de Uyuni, Bolivia. High in the Bolivian Andes, where the air is thin and sharp, an ancient lake has turned to salt. Salar de Uyuni. It stretches beyond the horizon, blinding and white, an expanse so vast it distorts all sense of scale. In the dry season, the crust cracks into geometric patterns, precise and endless. You walk across it as if walking on the bones of the earth. Vehicles seem to hover, shadows stretch for miles, and the silence is absolute. There is no sound, no wind, only the crunch of salt and the distant whisper of the sun. But when the rains come, the mirror awakens. A thin sheet of water covers the flat, and the sky descends. You walk through clouds. Sunrise and sunset burn both above and below. At night, the stars scatter in every direction, reflected perfectly on the surface. It is the largest mirror on Earth, a place where you float between dimensions. At the heart of the Salar stands Zhangjiajie Island, an outcrop of fossil coral now covered in towering cacti. From its peak, the world curves in white and light. You are nowhere. You are everywhere. Son Doong Cave, Vietnam. Hidden deep within the jungles of Phong Nha, K Bang, where vines fall like curtains and mist lingers on every breath, lies the world's largest cave, Son Doong. Discovered only recently, it remained sealed for millions of years, known only to the roots and stone. The entrance is unassuming, a narrow slit in the hillside, but step inside and the earth swallows you. The scale defies comprehension, caverns large enough to hold skyscrapers. Rivers run through darkness. Echoes stretch for seconds. In one chamber, the ceiling collapsed long ago, and in the sunlight that streams through, a jungle has grown, complete with trees, mist, and birdsong. It is a world within a world. Camping inside, you wake not to a ceiling but to clouds drifting across open space. The walls glisten with moisture, fossils sleep in the stone, and everywhere is the sound of dripping, flowing, breathing rock. Son Doong is not a place you visit. It is a place you enter like a dream and leave changed, carrying the memory of the earth's quiet heart. Zhangjiajie National Forest Park, China. In the heart of Hunan, stone towers rise like a frozen forest. Thousands of sandstone pillars pierce the mist, each one a vertical world, cloaked in moss, crowned with pine. This is Zhangjiajie, where the earth has broken into poetry. Trails weave between cliffs, and walkways cling to vertical walls. From the glass bridge, the gorge yawns beneath your feet. The air here is thick with legend. It feels like the world holds its breath. These formations inspired the floating mountains of science fiction, but no fantasy matches the weight of being here. Wind pressing against your chest, birds wheeling overhead, waterfalls crashing far below. At dawn, mist curls between the spires like a living thing. By dusk, The stone burns with gold. Each moment is a painting, and every path leads deeper into wonder. Marble Caves, Chile. On the shores of Lake General Carrera, in the windswept reaches of Patagonia, water and time have carved stone into lace. The marble caves shimmer in hues of turquoise, pearl, and sky. By boat or kayak, you slip beneath archways sculpted by centuries of wave and weather. The lake reflects light into the chambers, and the marble glows from within. Swirls of blue and white curl along the walls like smoke, like silk caught in stone. There is silence here, broken only by the soft lapping of water and the echo of awe. The caves are not vast, but they are perfect. A reminder that beauty doesn't always shout. Sometimes it waits in corners, singing only to those who find it. Rainbow Mountains, Peru. High in the Andes, painted in minerals and lifted by tectonic breath, rise the Rainbow Mountains, Vinicunca. From the ridge, the earth spills in color. Bands of red, ochre, green, and lavender roll across the peaks like woven fabric. The air is thin, the path steep, but with each step, the color sharpens, the view widens, and the silence deepens. Herds of alpacas graze nearby. Prayer flags flutter in the wind, and all around the mountains watch. This is not a place of monuments, it is a place of color, of sky, of stillness, a place where geology becomes poetry. Crooked Forest, Poland. In a clearing near Nowe Czarnowo, a forest curves with quiet intent. Each tree bends sharply at the base, then grows upward straight and tall. No one knows why. Some say war, others an old craft of shipbuilders, but the truth lies in silence. The pines curve like questions, they hold their shape like memory. Sunlight filters through the canopy, snow gathers in the curves, and the wind moves carefully between them. It is not a grand wonder, but it is one that lingers, a mystery planted in soil, growing quietly toward the sky. These are the unseen wonders of the world, carved by silence, discovered by wanderers, preserved in awe. If you've been inspired by this journey, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you never miss another adventure. The world is vast, and we're just getting started.